Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. It is an absolutely gorgeous fall day, and today we're gonna make an incredible dish that you can have as a side, you can have it as a main, you can have it just as a snack, whatever you want. Today we're making smoked lobster mac and cheese. We got some gorgeous lobster tails here. I'll show you those in just a second. I'm gonna smoke everything on my Pit Boss Platinum Series Lockhart using a special blend of pellets that I'll also tell you about in a second. But hey, before we get started, I've got a really cool announcement at the end of this video. So make sure you watch all the way to the end and then find out what that announcement is, because it could actually result in you winning something really cool. And if you're new to the channel, my name's John, and every single week we put out new delicious outdoor cooking videos right here on the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. Would love it if you'd subscribe to the channel by clicking that subscribe button, and then also comment down below what you would like to see us cook here on the channel. All right, enough talking. Let's get started on this smoked lobster mac and cheese. All right, take a look at these gorgeous lobster tails. Now these lobster tails, just like all the seafood on my channel, came from Woolies Seafood Market in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And if you go to woolly.com and you order anything off their website with the promo code HOLYSMOKES, they'll ship it to you and they'll give you 10% off of your order. Definitely check out Woolies and support a Pittsburgh-based local family-owned business. Now these tails are fairly large. These are 8 to 10 ounce tails. This one's gonna be probably about 10. This one's about 8. And I wanted bigger tails for this because I really want a lot of lobster meat in that mac and cheese. Now there's a number of ways that you could smoke lobster. You could put it exactly like this into your smoker. Totally fine. You could butterfly it, which is where you cut down the middle and you pull the meat out and expose it and lay it back on top. Makes a really pretty presentation that way. But because I'm just gonna be chopping this lobster and putting it into the mac and cheese, I'm not really concerned about any of that, so I'm gonna just remove the meat from the shell altogether. To do that, you're gonna want a nice pair of kitchen shears. And now there are a number of ways that you can even do this. You can remove from the bottom, you can remove from the top. I'm gonna remove from the top just because I like it that way. So using my shears, I'm gonna cut right down the middle, nice and clean like that. Then I'm gonna take the tail and just kind of squeeze it. Once I hear that crack, I know that it started to open up. And now you'll see, I can just reach in here, pry that open, and then with that exposed, just simply take my fingers, run along the lining of the meat and the shell, and then just literally pull it out. Just like that. And there's one lobster tail. Same thing with this other guy. Separate it like so, and then just reach in there and pull that meat right out. And there's number 2. Now I'm not gonna do any sort of seasoning or trimming or anything like that. This really doesn't need it because a lot of that flavor is gonna come from the cheese sauce we're gonna make. We're gonna throw some Cajun seasoning in there too. So I really want the flavor of the lobster to speak for itself. So I'm gonna put this on my smoker and I'm gonna let it sit there and absorb smoke at 160 degrees Fahrenheit for probably about an hour or so. Once it looks like it's absorbed a good amount of smoke, I'm gonna crank the heat just a little bit and get it to the point where it's like 3/4 of the way done. And while that's just sitting in the smoker, we're gonna go ahead and get started on our cheese sauce. So I'm gonna put these on and then I'll be back and we'll get started on that sauce. All right, let's go ahead and make our cheese sauce. So we're gonna start with a very simple roux. So I'm gonna start with just 2 tablespoons of butter. Turn my heat down a little bit. Told you before, these outdoor burners kind of have a mind of their own sometimes. I don't want that butter to burn, and it burned. Take 2 tablespoons of butter, and we'll just let that melt. All right, that butter's melted. Let's add in 2 tablespoons of flour. Kind of mix that around a little bit in there. Allow it time to heat up and for that flour taste to go away. All right, and now little by little, I'm gonna add probably about 3 cups of whole milk, little by little. And now along the way, I want this to come up to a simmer. So the heat now is okay, and really want that to come up so that it starts to thicken. For what it's worth, the lobster is right over there. Oh, it smells so good. All right, so as this continues to thicken up, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of seasoning. So we're gonna do some salt, pepper, and some garlic powder. Just mix that in. Oh, whew, the garlic powder smell just hit me. I love the smell of garlic. Yeah. And now we're starting to come up to a simmer. And that's what's gonna really thicken this out. All right, now that we've got some thickening happening, it is controversy time here on the channel. Because listen, use whatever kind of cheese you want for your cheese sauce. As long as it's a good cheese, it's easy to melt. But today, and please don't unsubscribe, I'm using a half block of Velveeta. I know, it's not even cheese, right? Cheese product, cut into cubes. All right. And now, kind of like we just did, we wait, we stir, we wait some more, we stir some more. And now as this cheese starts to melt in there, I'm gonna add some Cajun seasoning. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Just to really help out that lobster and give us that real, Cajun feel to this dish. Whew, is it too early to say holy smokes? I mean, hey, I forgot to say it in my last video, so I'll say it now. Holy smokes! This is gonna be great. All right, cheese sauce is ready to go. I'm gonna set it aside and we're gonna do one more thing. Cast iron pan, 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna add some Japanese panko breadcrumbs. To that, I'm gonna add some more Cajun seasoning. And now we're just gonna let these toast. Oh, this is gonna be good. And this is gonna be kind of that top layer on our mac and cheese. Oh yeah, look at the color. You can see that color on those toasted crumbs. Oh, that's gonna be perfect. All right, I'll set the crumbs to the side and we'll start to build. And we start that build with our beautiful smoked lobster. Look at that color. Look how pretty that is. Now this is not quite done, and that's how I want it because I'm gonna finish it while it's cooking in that mac and cheese. So for now, I'm just gonna chop it like so. All right, there's our lobster. I have here 1 pound of pasta just cooked to the specifications on the box. Next comes that cheese sauce. Oh man, look at that. Woo! Next we're gonna add almost all of our lobster, not all of it. And then just give that all a stir. And now for the purposes of kind of baking it on the smoker, we're gonna put it right here in this cast iron. Just kind of spread that out in there. And now I'll top it with a little bit of that extra lobster meat there. And then finally, those breadcrumbs. Oh, and do you know how good this is gonna be? Because guess what? We're going back in the smoker with it. All right, there it is. Let's get it back on the smoker. Okay, so to smoke this mac and cheese today, I'm smoking again here on my Pit Boss Platinum Series Lockhart. Now I smoked that lobster at 160 degrees until it got to the point where it was kind of like 3/4 of the way done. Now that it's there, I've cranked the temperature up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're gonna sort of like bake this. We're kind of using the smoker like an oven right now, although we are gonna get smoke because I've included my handy dandy smoke tube, which is gonna infuse it with that extra layer of smoky flavor. Now today I'm smoking using a seasonal Pit Boss blend called the Fall Blend. This is a mixture of hickory and apple wood. So it's not gonna be too sweet, it's not gonna be too overpowering, it's gonna be this perfect little blend. Just kind of screams fall. So with the exception of the lobster, everything else is done in this dish. So it's not gonna take super long, especially at that higher temperature. So we're gonna put it in there. It's probably gonna be about 25 or 30 minutes. Then we're gonna pull it off. And man, I can't wait to try it. All right. Smoke is rolling from that smoke tube. And in we go. And I'll see you when we're ready. All right, after 30 minutes, there's our mac and cheese. Oh gosh, it smells so good. Taking on some smoke, you can tell from the brown color. It's gonna be so good. All right, I am so ready to try this mac and cheese. Oh, you know the first thing that you smell out of this is actually lobster. You can really smell it, it's really fragrant. And here we go, smoked lobster mac and cheese. Oh man, oh holy smokes. Oh holy smokes. My goodness, is that good. Wow. Oh, so good. Pasta's delicious, creamy. Probably could have used a little bit of extra of that Cajun seasoning in the cheese. Well, that's just me. Perfect amount of smoke. Cheesy, lobstery, amazing. Well, as you saw, this wasn't a super complicated thing to put together. You could do this with just regular mac and cheese if you want. Like, just get some lobster, smoke it, chop it up, throw it in there, make it, whatever. You don't really have to go through this whole, home making the cheese sauce if you don't want to do that. But the key is, you've got to try lobster mac and cheese. Well, hey, before we go today, I do have a major announcement, and that is that we are quickly coming up on 2 years of the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. That's right, the end of October is our 2-year anniversary. And to celebrate, we're gonna be doing a giveaway. That's right. Got some really awesome things to give away, including a Pit Boss swag box just for you. Gonna be giving away a couple of hoodies from Strip District Meats. We got a smoke tube to give away, a lot of different stuff. All that you need to do to enter this giveaway is on this video or my next video. You need to comment down below, and you have to be subscribed to the channel. If you're subscribed and you comment, that enters you to win one of these awesome prizes. The winners will be announced on my 2-year anniversary video on October 29th. So again, comment on this video or the next video, or both, why not? Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you will be eligible to win. It's as simple as that. Well, thank you once again for tuning into the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. And if you like this video, make sure that you click that thumbs up to give us a like. Turn on the post notifications so that you get notified as soon as we post new delicious outdoor cooking content. And you gotta check out this other mac and cheese video right here. This is smoked pimento mac and cheese. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my family's favorites. It's absolutely incredible. So check that out, and I'll see you next time.